Hello, friend. Once again, we are here with another episode of Forsaking My Father's Religion. You're here for a treat. I promise you, you're going to be hearing a powerful testimony from a brother from northern Nigeria that is with us today. Brother Abdullah is going to share his powerful story of how he has forsaken his father's religion. You might be asking why we call this show "Forsaking My Father's Religion" because we have a good reason. This is the reason. I wrote a book. This is the trailer of my story called Forsaking My Father's Religion because 19 years ago, I left Islam for the sake of Christianity, and that has been the best decision I've ever made. Brother, you know that. Brother Abdullah, you know what a big step this is, and what a big move it is, and what a big decision it is. It changes everything. You go from the kingdom
Mm,
to the kingdom of His beloved Son, God's beloved Son. And if you would like to get a copy of my book, you just go to our website and request it right there in the main page. There is a tab called Free Book. You click on that, fill the form. If you're in America, I can send you a hard copy. Or if you're outside of America, or even if you're in America and you want an electronic version, I'll be glad to send you one absolutely free of charge. Without further ado, my brother contacted me via Facebook and has been watching the show Forsaking My Father's Religion and wanted to share his story, his testimony, his walk out of Islam to Christianity. And brother, thank you for being here, accepting my invitation and being here. Tell us what is your story.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, sir. I'm so excited to be here. Okay, my name is Abdullahi Ismail. I'm from northern Nigeria in Africa here. And I'm very glad to be here and I'm here to share my story.
We're glad you're
Okay,
here, brother.
thank you, sir. Okay, let me start by this. I'll be 23 years in August this year, so I'm a young person. Yeah, and I'm a Christian missionary working among Muslim migrants, preaching the gospel of Jesus Christ in Nigeria here. And I want to start with my family background. Okay, my father was a Muslim Sunni and my mother was an Islamic teacher. So I know about Islam since when I was very small age. We used to go to Islamic school in the morning, in the evening, and in the night. I know so much about Islam while growing up. And the first time I met with a Christian in my life, it was when I was in secondary school and I think that time I was 11 years. And when I met with a Christian, the guy was my classmate in secondary school. I asked him a lot of questions about Christianity because before that time, we have been hearing a lot of things from our parents in the mosque about Christians. They are worshiping the same three gods, Allah, Mary, Isa, a lot of things that Christians and fornication. They used to sleep with people's wife in the church, a lot of things. So when I met him, I asked him a lot of questions about Bible, about Jesus, about Allah. I say Allah, about Trinity, a lot of questions, and the guy answered my questions then. So he became my friend. We are together doing a lot of things together. But one day one of my friend called my mom in a school because it was a boarding school. He called my mom and he was telling my mom that, Tom, your son has converted to Christianity. And I tell you the truth, that time I was still a Muslim. So my mom was very angry. She came to my school. She picked me, go back home. She said she would kill me because her son has converted to Christianity. And I was crying then. I was like, Mama, I'm still a Muslim. She said she's going to kill me. And I was crying, begging her. So after that, then my mom tell me that she's not going to kill me again. But she wants me to know that Christians are bad people. She tell me a lot of negative things about Christians and Christianity, that Christians are not a good people, that I can relate with them or something like that. And from that time, I hate Christians in my heart. There is nothing between me and Christians. I don't want anything to connect me with them because I agree with what my mom told me about Christians, that they are bad people and all that. In fact, I remember when I was in secondary school, there was a day we were eating food. We in Africa sometimes we eat food together. So we were eating food and one Christian guy come and join us. So after he used the spoon, he ate the food, he give me the spoon. After I ate the food, I have to vomit because that guy was a Christian. I feel like how could a Christian use a spoon and me use the same spoon? I vomit the food. But with that, after that was when I was 11 years, I was in JSS
Mm.
one. So when I finished secondary school,
So you come,
then
brother, you come from the northern Nigeria, correct?
yes, I'm from
In your
Mohamad. Yeah.
community, the city, the town, everything, everybody that you know were pretty much Sunni Muslims, correct?
Yes, we are Sunni Muslims. In fact, in my community, there is no Christians. We are all Muslims. In
Mm.
fact, in my the whole my site, we are 80% Muslim. Then maybe you can got 10% Christians and maybe 15% and 10% people that they are practicing African religion.
Okay.
You understand that?
Yes.
And
And then let me ask this one too. Also, um, so your parents were Muslims, and then as long as you remember, as young as you were, the practices of Islam, the Sharia of Islam, the law of Islam, reciting the Quran and this and that was inside your home, and you had to learn it. You grow up learning it, correct?
yes,
And then your
yeah,
family
I
was what was that?
yeah, go on.
And then your family were responsible to teach you about Islam, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, even in my community, they knew my family as an Islamic clerics. As I
Mhm.
said it before, my grandfather was an Islamic missionary, that he is the one that introduced Islam in my community in those days. So in my community, they respect my family as they are teachers of Islam. And I grew up knowing Islam because my mom was an Islamic teacher. My mom is teaching children and women. So while growing up, we know, after morning prayer, the Subihi prayer, we have to go and learn the Quran, and the evening and in the night, like this, after Maghrib and Isha. So that is how I grew up. So after I finished secondary school, then my exam was very bad. That is what we call in Africa, in Nigeria here, WAEC. WAEC is the exam that someone will wrote when he finished secondary school. And mine was so bad when I wrote it. In fact, I only got Islam. Everything was bad. So after I represent my result to my father, he was very angry. My family were angry with me. They called me a lot of names, that I was a stupid student, I was this, I was that, they say a lot of things. And at the end, they told me that they don't want me to continue school again. Let me just go and waste my life again. And before I finished secondary school, my friends had a bad influence, start smoking, stealing, a lot of bad things then. So when my family told me something like that, so I have to leave home. That's how my friend took me from place in northern Nigeria, in Katsina State. He took me to Benin City. Benin City is in south Nigeria. So when he took me, we went to Benin City to go and look for work and to go back and write that exam again because I love school then. I love school so much. So when we go to Benin, I understand that my friend was lying. He doesn't have any work to give me. He was just lying, and I suffered a lot. So at the end, one of my friends asked me to go to Lagos. So I went to Lagos, and after coming to Lagos, that is the first place I start thinking about Christianity. This is what happened. When I got to Lagos, I entered Lagos in a midnight, and that time I doesn't have phone to make call, and I need to meet with the person that I'm going to work with him in Lagos. So when I got to Lagos, I saw a Muslim from another Nigeria in Lagos, and I have to beg him in our local language, in our local dialect. I beg him, I say, I'm a new person here. This is my first time coming to Lagos, and I need to call the person, but I don't have phone. Please help me with your phone. Let me call the person. The man was like, "Okay, come up from here." There is this pidgin English in Nigeria. Come up from here. Well, he was like, "Get out from here. You people are thieves." That's how you people used to come and borrow someone's phone and run with it. And I was like, "Oh God." I saw another person. I begged him also. He didn't help me. So I just said to him, "Let me sleep here. Then the next morning I'll find what to do." As I just sat down, that's how one person called me. And that person, when he called me, it was in the midnight. He gave me his phone. I used his phone, make call, and after making call, the person gave me money. He asked me that I should use that money to enter taxi and to buy food. And that person was a Christian. How do I know? He has cross on his neck. So that night, I was inside taxi going to where I was going. And in my heart, I was just thinking what my mom told me about Christians 7 years ago. That time, my mom told me that Christians are bad people. But now, see, a Christian helped me while Muslims didn't help me. So I spent like six weeks in Lagos. And then later, I decided to go back to Benin. I was going back to Benin and I met with thieves, armed robbers. They collected my money, and it was during Ramadan. I don't have money, I don't have anything. That day, I trekked with my legs for like 10 kilometers. I was tired because of the fasting and there is sun. I cried. That day, I feel like there is no God. And then I decided to break my fasting in the afternoon. And after I break my fasting, I sat down. Then someone helped me carry me in his car to Benin. So when I got to Benin City, I continued doing my work. But there is something that happened. I was working as a laborer, working with somebody. So we are working with him, and the person was preaching Jesus to me. Jesus said this, Jesus said that. And I used to argue, "Oh God, it's not like that because I know Quran." So when he said the Bible said this, the Bible said that, I'll be like, "No, it's not true. The Quran said this hadith said that." I used to argue with that person very well. So at the end, the guy said, "You know what will happen?" I said, "No." He said, "I'm inviting you to church. Can you come to church?" I was like, "Church?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, no problem." Because in my heart, I have already trusted Christians because of how that guy helped me. So when he said, "Can you come to church?" I said, "Okay, no problem." So I agree and I followed him to church. When we went to church, it was Sunday morning, and I saw people speaking in tongues, rebo, sekabo. I was like, I hope this is not mad people church because I don't know the language they were speaking. They were speaking in tongues. But after the church service, I understood that they are not mad, and we speak with the pastor, and the pastor gave me Bible. So when the pastor gave me Bible, he asked me to start reading it. And I started reading that Bible. I used to reading it. I used to read it in the night when everybody is sleeping. The time that I supposed to be doing that Islamic ritual prayer, something, something. I will be reading the Bible. And you see that book of John got my attention very well. At the time, I was confused because of Jesus' teaching I started seeing in the Bible. So I have to go and ask my imam, say, "Please tell me more about Jesus because those teaching I was seeing in the book of John, I don't know about those teaching." And the man started telling me about Isa, the thing that I have already known. So that time I became confused. I spent 5 months. I wasn't going to mosque, and I'm not a Christian. I was just confused. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. Just confused, living my life. So 5 months like that. But there's something that happened. I had a dream, and in my dream, I saw somebody with white garment, and I was lying down on a table, and that person was washing me. He was washing me with blood in my dream. And in Africa here, we have this culture that our parents used to tell us that when you saw blood in your dream, it's something demonic. So when I saw somebody was washing me with blood, I was afraid because I feel like it's something demonic that is going to happen to me. So I have to go and report to that my imam. And after I report to him, my mom told me that, yeah, it's actually demons. He told me that is some people that want to use me for ritual. They want to kill me, they want to offer me as a sacrifice. I was afraid. Yeah, I was afraid. So he has to start doing some traditional and Islamic something. He brought he brought charcoal with fire and he put some herbal drugs inside the fire. So then the smoke that was coming off from inside the fire, he covered my head with something. Then the smoke enter my head, enter my mouth, enter everywhere of me. And after he finished something like that, he told me that I'm going to be fine. Nothing will happen to me. So I was like, okay, thank you so much. And I let him. But I saw the dream in the second time. I had the same dream on the second day, seeing somebody with white garment and washing me with blood. So when I saw it on the second day, I went to his house. I told him, I said, Malam. That's how we call them in Africa. Malam is Mu'alim. I said, Malam, I saw that dream again. That person with white garment is washing me with blood again. He told me that this is a big demon and he has to deal with it. I said, okay. So that day, he asked his wife to bring the charcoal with fire. He put different herbal medicine, cover my head, and the thing was entering my. That day I almost died because of the smoke was entering my head, entering everywhere of me. So at the end, he told me that I will not see that dream again. And I left. On the third day, I saw the dream again. The same person, the person didn't say anything to me. He was just washing me with blood. The same person came to me in my dream and he was washing me with blood at the third time. So that time I said, Tom, even if it is a demonic, even if someone is going to use for sacrifice, let him do it. I'm not going anywhere. In Africa, in Nigeria here, we call it juju. Say someone is going to use me for juju. That's how we call all this demonic something. So, when I saw the dream, I thought,
So the Islamic cleric, so the Islamic imam at the mosque was doing juju to you.
no, he was one that was doing that
Uh huh.
herbal, herbal medicine to me
So he
because
was doing that to get rid of the juju.
to protect me from juju.
Uh
Yeah,
huh. But did
yeah.
his method of witchcraft wasn't helping at all?
Yes, it
The
wasn't helping.
supposed juju was coming back every evening. You
Yes,
had a dream, same exact dream.
yes.
Okay, I get
Yes,
it. Hmm.
because he felt that my dream was a juju.
That's very very interesting. And this with him lighting up a fire and doing this type of witchcraft and then putting herbs inside the fire and then you had to inhale the smoke. This was supposedly freeing you up from those demonic spirit that you were in contact with,
Yes,
but it wasn't
yes.
working.
It wasn't working at all.
And then second time, this Islamic teacher even invited his wife into this because the wife was the master juju protector.
Yes, you got the point.
Yep, I get the point because I've um, Islamic sorcery, Islamic witchcraft, Islamic um, supposed exorcism is very, very common, and it's
Mm,
intertwined with Islam itself. And then they use the verses of the Quran. They sometimes cut the verses and then recite the letters or chant some names and then do weird things depending in what culture they are to supposedly help people, which actually makes them more miserable.
mm, exactly.
Okay, so now you have the dream for the third time. What happened?
Yes. So when I had the dream at the third time, I didn't go to the Islamic teacher again. I just say, okay, if anything want to happen, let it happen. I'm ready. Let it just happen. So one day I came back from my working place and I was sharing with my friends. And I was telling them that, see, I'm having this dream, seeing someone with white garment washing me with blood, and Marlon tell me that is juju, and he was trying to do all this and that. And my friends tell me that, yeah, that thing that Marlon told me is actually true. That is juju that somebody is going to use me to do. So among them, my friends, there is one guy, he's a Christian and he's a northern Christian. But because of the persecution, they need to be hiding themselves. Because if people knew that they are Christians, that is persecution. So that my friend, that guy that is a Christian, that he's a northern Christian, a northern Nigerian Christian, he told me that he want to see me privately. I tell him it's okay, meet me. I give him time to meet me. So
And
when he met me,
brother, was he also an ex-Muslim?
I don't know actually. I
Okay.
don't know.
Okay, continue,
Yes,
please.
yeah. So when he met me and he was telling me that my dream is not juju something. I said, He said, yes. I said, so what is my dream? Explain it to me. He said, that my dream was actually pastor that can interpret that my dream. So he tell me that if I want to know the meaning of my dream, I need to go and see a pastor. And since I try an Islamic malam, the Islamic malam say this, say that. He say, the only person that can interpret my dream is a pastor. I tell him that okay, I'm ready. I want to know because me too, I don't want anything bad to happen to me. He tell me that it's okay, he can carry me to his church. I said, it's okay. I'm ready to follow you to your church. So it's okay. We fix a date that we'll be going to his church, and he agreed. So the next weekend, we supposed to go to his church on Sunday, but he couldn't go because he has something to do. He told me that he can't go to church that Sunday. So he connected me with one of his friends, and we went to the church together with his friend. So when I got to church, I was sitting down there. We do praise and worship. The preacher preached the message, and after everything, then the church pastors say that they want to see newcomers on that Sunday. It's actually a missionaries church. So I was like, okay, I went and met them. So when I met them, they asked me to introduce myself. I introduced myself to them. And after I introduced myself to them, then they now asked me to which church I used to attend in the northern Nigeria. I told them that I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Christian, I'm a Muslim. So they asked me, wow, you are a Christian. You are a Muslim. I told them, yes, I'm a Muslim. So they asked me, why are you here? Then I explained my dreams and my journey. And don't forget that time I spent 5 months. I wasn't a Muslim and I was just confused. So I told them about that I met with a Christian, he gave me Bible, I started reading the Bible, and now I'm confused and I couldn't go to mosque again because the Malam couldn't answer my questions. And this is when I start having this dream, and now I'm here. They say, okay, no problem. So the missionary, they start explaining my dream to me. And bro, it was so interesting. And at the end of the interpretation, he preached the gospel to me. And that missionary is an ex-Muslim also. He's an elderly person. He told me then he was, I think, 38 years in Christianity, that 38 years of living Islam to Christianity. After he explained my dream to me and he preached the gospel, he asked me, Tom, young person, that time I was 18 years. He asked me, young guy, now what are you going to, what is your response? A lot of things came to my head. I remember my family, and I remember if I now say I'm a Christian, my family is going to reject me. A lot of things. Even my school, I can't continue school again. A lot of things. But I understood that this is the truth, and I think that I'm ready to accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. So I accept Jesus that day on 27th of June. I'm going to be 5 years in the Lord next month by God's grace. Yeah. So I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior on that day, and we prayed together and we picked a time that I will be going for teaching so that I can know more about my faith. But he asked me that I should keep quiet. I shouldn't tell anybody that I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian now. He asked me to keep quiet, and I kept quiet for 5 months. For 6 months, anybody. And if I want to Saturday evening so that nobody will know. On Sunday morning, I'll just be like, I'm going somewhere, then I'll go to church. I was hiding it because I know if they knew that I'm a Christian now, my life is in trouble. So what happened? After like 6 months, I was doing that hide and hide, hide and hide. One day I was coming back from my working place. You remember that Islamic teacher I was telling you about? He called me. When he called me in the night, around 8 o'clock Nigerian time, when he called me inside his shop, I was there talking with him. As we just start talking, that's how that man start touching me like a woman. He was touching me. I was like, ah ah. Before you know, he want to offer my or my trousers zip. Then I now stand up. When I stand up, then that man hug me. The Islamic teacher, he hugged me and he was telling me that he loves me and I shouldn't tell anybody. And if I want money, he will be giving me money. The only thing is that he want to be sleeping with me. I was afraid. My body was just shaking. I was like, God, help me. So I removed my body from him and I went outside. Then he now called me. I didn't enter again. He called me. I didn't enter again. Then he tell me that since I'm not ready to do what he's asking me to do, if I tell anybody, he's going to kill me. I say, me, I can't keep quiet. He too, he knew that I can't keep quiet. So after I left his place, I went and told my friends. I said, this is what Malam did to me. He said he loved me. He said he want to be sleeping with me. How could a man be sleeping with a man? This is what Islam is teaching. Then one of my friends told me that he too, the same Malam trying to did that to him, the Islamic teacher. So when I told my friends, one of my friends went back and told him. After he told him, then he sent his people in the midnight to come and ask me to leave where I was living. And I begged them that night. I said, please, I don't know where to go. Don't ask me to leave this place now. The same Madam said I should leave that place in that night. I said, okay, no problem. So I carried my bag and I was leaving. And as I was just leaving, then they just catch me, call police for me. They say I stole their money, their shirt, and mosquito net. Before you know, they start beating me. They took me to their office. I was just crying. I don't know what to say. And after some times, even the police, they are working for that malam. So after some times, then one guy came. He's a police also. I think he's a Christian. I don't know. When he came, he started asking questions. And when he started asking them questions, then the police tell him that if they didn't tell him the truth, he is going to beat them and arrest them. So then they now later told him that actually it was the same Malam, that Islamic teacher, that asked them to lie against me because I went out and be telling things about the Malam. So then they asked me to go. So I went to church around 2 a.m. midnight. I told the church that please help me. This is what happened. This is that. And the church helped me. The church gave me room to stay. And the church accepted me. I was so happy. And I slept there. And the next morning I continued doing my work. So then the Malam asked them to go and find out where I'm staying now. So when the Malam asked them to go and find out where I'm staying, then they now went back and told Malam that I'm staying in a church. So then my friends start asking me, why are you staying in a church? Are you a Christian? So then I feel like it was a right time to tell my friend that I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian. So I told my friend that I'm not a Muslim. I left Islam 5 months, 6 months ago. I'm now a Christian. And I write to my family, send to my family, all my family members. I tell them that I'm not a Muslim, I'm a Christian. I make a post on Facebook, write to all my Facebook friends that I'm a Christian now. I'm not a Muslim anymore. I got a lot of engagement, missed calls, messages from everywhere. Everybody is calling me, my family organized family meeting. And here in Africa, when they said your family organized a family meeting for you, it's a big problem. They organized a family meeting because of me. They called me because they said that how could someone from my family converted to Christianity? They say I'm bringing shame to the family. I don't supposed to do that. I know how people is respecting my family. A lot of things. People start insulting me on Facebook. People start telling me that they are going to kill me if they see me. A lot of things. So after everything, in the night, I was just sitting down thinking. Say, God, what is this? I don't know. So I told the missionary what is going on. The missionary told me that I should calm down. So my family called me, and when they called me, they asked me to go back home. They said that they are not going to do anything to me. I should just go back home. I tell them, they say they will not do anything to me. They say I'm already 18. I have the right to convert to Christianity if I want. They say a lot of things. I didn't know they are going to deceive me. And I was so happy, ready to go back. The missionary told me that I shouldn't go back. So I didn't go back. Then one of my uncle's daughter, she called me and she told me that if I come back home, they are going to kill me because they just finished a family meeting and they said they will want me to go back. If I go back, they will ask me if I'm if I go back to Islam, they will leave me. But if I say no, I'm not going back to Islam, she said they will kill me. When I hear something like that, I say, okay. So when they call me, I tell them that I'm not coming again. They say, why now? There is nothing they will do to me. They know I'm already an adult. I say, no, I'm not coming back. So then they now start asking me, where are you now? So then I was still in Benin, South Nigeria. So then I now lied to them. I told them I'm in Jos. I know maybe you may have been hearing Jos. Jos is a Christian city. Yeah. I think 80% is Christians in Jos or 90%. So I told my family that I'm in Jos, but I was actually in Benin. So when I told my family like that, then one of my Muslim friend in Benin called my family and told my family that no, I'm lying. I'm still in. So my family sent people from Katsina to Benin, almost 1,300 kilometers journey to come and pick me. They asked them to call police for me to come and pick me. So one evening I was in church, I just saw people from my family. They travel all that journey, 1,300 or 400 kilometers to just come and pick me. They come with police. They say they want me to follow them. I tell them that okay, I'll follow you guys. Just give me a time. I'll come and meet you. So they left the church that evening. The next morning, I was going to my working place. So there is one place I used to buy food. I saw them there yesterday. Like before that day, they came to church, 9 of them. But the next morning, I saw 13 of them. So that means there are plenty. When I saw them, I went back and told the missionary, I said, Tom, this is what is going on. I don't know what to do. So then the missionary told me that, okay, I should calm down. I should just wait. I said, okay. On Sunday, I was going to church in the morning. Then I now saw them. We passed each other on the road. I look at them, they look at me. Then I ran. They follow me. I ran. So later I enter one uncompleted building. I hide myself there. They didn't see me. And after they didn't see me, then I now left. So I left to Asaba in Delta State. It's still southern Nigeria. And when I moved there, because them they were looking for me. In fact, they were telling the pastor in that church that they know it is the pastor that hired me. They are ready to cause fight, to cause problem, even if they can do anything. When I left that city, moved to another city, I stopped using porn at all. I stopped with social media for almost a year or 2 years. I was just hiding myself and learning about my new faith. And I was so happy because now I know that I'm not going to hell. I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I know now I'm going to heaven. I'm very sure about it. So I was happy. So I spent 2 years there learning about my faith and living with the missionaries, and I keep hiding where I am. Even now, as I'm talking with you, if I'm speaking with my people, I don't used to tell them where I am. If they ask me where are you now, I'll call another place for them, say I'm there. Because I know if they know exactly where I am, they can come and fight me. So after I stay in that city, then I now have to go to School of Mission, and I went to School of Mission. I spent 1 year there, and now I'm a Christian missionary. I'm preaching Christ to the Muslims. I'm preaching the gospel to them, and God has been faithful. A lot of them has been coming to the faith, and I thank God for that.
That's great, brother. I'm so glad that you're safe, first of all. And now you have left Islam for the sake of Christianity. You know, Christianity is the truth. We say on this channel many times that the God of Islam has no ears to hear your prayers, but the God of Christianity is alive and well, and also is involved in in your personal life. God has been protecting you, and Now you're learning and growing in your faith. What an awesome testimony you have, brother. Thank you so very much. Really, if I recap everything, you come from northern Nigeria in a region that is pretty much everybody Muslim. Your grandfather was
mm,
the person that introduced Islam to the community, and your mom was is an Islamic teacher. You were involved growing up and all of that, but because of school and the school problems, you had to go south to find jobs, and then you realized that the Muslims weren't out there to help you. They were actually were treating you bad, even though you heard a lot of negative things about Christian or Christianity. Actually, the Christians reached out and helped you, and that they planted a seed, and then you eventually heard the gospel, start reading the Gospel of John and the New Testament, and then questioning back and forth till you had that dream that three times a man in a garment washing you in his blood. Wow, what an amazing dream. And then you realize that this dream is Jesus Christ washing you in his blood to wash you from your sin. He actually paid the penalty of our sin with his death and with his blood.
mm.
Now you accepted Christ as your Lord and Savior, and now you do his work. You have a mission that you're preaching the gospel to Muslims and others. And you have seen many Muslims coming to faith in the Lord Jesus Christ in Nigeria. Is that correct?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Praise God. Praise
I'm
God.
actually reaching the Muslim migrant. Now Islam, a lot of Muslims from northern Nigeria, because of the insecurity, the Boko Haram,
Mm.
the bandit, the kidnapping, and the insecurity problem, is making a lot of northern Nigerian people coming down to southern Nigeria here. Even the Muslims, they are everywhere. And there is global migration everywhere. Even in US, in UK, you will see Muslim Arabs moving there, maybe as a student, working, a lot of
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So in the ministry I'm working, they look at it as an opportunity God is bringing for church to reach the Muslims with the gospel, because now they are close to where we are. So
Exactly. And
I'm
that
open.
if you do what you do, for example, in southern Nigeria, if you do it in northern Nigeria, it would be very difficult and dangerous. But when they are in
Exactly,
South Nigeria or other countries, you can easily reach out to them and preach the gospel. And that's the opportunity or the strategy that the church can get engaged in and preach the gospel to those Muslims that they hear the gospel. Wow.
exactly,
Wow.
exactly.
Thank you so
So
much,
that's
brother.
it.
I really appreciate your time and coming up. And folks, you heard another amazing Forsaking My Father's Religion story. Make sure you share it with everybody. You have Muslim friends and Christians and other people that they need to hear the testimonies. And make sure to share it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And that we have pretty much weekly new testimonies of Muslims leaving Islam for Christianity. And then give it a thumbs up and let me know where you're watching from. But till next, God bless you and you have